What's up, guys? Today we're on Lake X, Spavinall Lake, and we are going to do some bass fishing. The bass are probably on this lake, the water temperature is 65, 66, so they're probably up shallow on beds. So we're going to go out there and we're going to try to pick some up. Stay tuned. Let's get on the water and go. Nice one. Oh, that's a nice bass. Oh yeah. And that's what it's about, baby. Golly, he's down there chomping on crawdads. Look at that one. It's a nice 2-pounder, largemouth bass. Chomping on the crawdads. That tells me that I need to slow down my presentation when their lips start getting like that. That's a nice bass right there. We'll get a picture with it. Let's keep going. Now guys, what made me decide to fish this stretch of water right here is I'm seeing a lot of bait fish flicker. Usually when there's bait fish present, the water temperature is 64 degrees. When there's bait fish present, there's a good chance that the bass are going to be in here feeding. Now there's a good possibility that if I slowed my presentation down, I could pick up a few more in this area because of what I seen on the top of his mouth. Looks like he's been feeding off the bottom, probably crawdads or small. You know, this time of year we start to get the water bug bloom. I've seen a couple of those in the water. So usually when you look at the fish's mouth and you see that, it's a good sign that you can slow it down. Usually your presentation, throw a football jig or drag a worm or something down that line and pick up, you know, additional fish in the area. I'm power fishing today, so that's what we're doing. Alright guys, while I sit here and fix my spinnerbait, I want to talk to you about something. So when I came in here, I'm not using Livescope. This is just old school fishing here. This is just stuff that I know, stuff that I've learned over the past. What I've noticed here in this little section that I'm fishing is I've seen shad flickering. The water is a lot more calmer in this little area, even though the wind's blowing, it's still blocked. And there's a tournament going on right now. There's a few things that are going on in my favor right now. So we know that most of them fishermen that are fishing the tournament today are going to run to the beds and they're going to fish for them bedding fish. But what they do, they don't look at is the fish that have already come off the beds and are transitioned to main lake patterns, summertime patterns. I'm seeing a lot of shad flicker around here, so there's your food source. The water temperature is just right at 64 degrees, so they're going to be active. And we've got a post or after the front, you know, post front conditions, which we had a cold front come in last night. So that's going to push them in the deeper sections of the lake. So there's three things that we got going for us. We got partly cloudy skies with a little bit of chop on the water from the wind. So that makes it a perfect day to fish that spinnerbait right there. Once again, I'm not sponsored by them, but this is an everyday guy that can go out and do some fishing. These are the things that you want to look for. You really, really want to get out, and if you want to be productive, learn your conditions, learn your patterns, and figure out, you know, where the fish are at. Most of the time, if you find the bait, the fish are pretty close by. But that spinnerbait right there will put fish in the boat this time of year, guaranteed. So let's jump back on the front and get to going again. So we got some structure coming up here. That looks like it was one fish, a little log in the water. There he is. Yeah, just like that. Log in the water. Nice one too. Oh yeah. Oh. Golly, look at that stud. Stud. Called the shot. Nice little log in the water, produced the fish. just like that. Oh, look at that one. That's nice. Another nice bass right there. Look at the top. I mean, they are chomping them crawdads down there for sure. Seen the log up there, and I knew there would be a fish on that because usually there is. And this is just old school knowledge. He was sitting in there and he smoked it as soon as that thing hit the water. But another thing you want to do when you're fishing, guys, is check your line, because after about 5 or 6 fish, I'm going to catch one more fish on this and I'm going to retire. I've learned my lesson the hard way doing that, and I'm boat flipping these fish. I'm kind of being stupid and just goofing off. I shouldn't be doing that, especially fish that big. That was a 4-pounder. Definitely retie your knot after about 6 or 7 fish, because it'll give you a heartbreak real fast. Another thing, another thing is I'm using this Jason Christi rod. It's the JCC7CB. It's the crankbait buzzbait rod. It's a medium heavy rod. I'm not sponsored by Falcon, but this rod right here, it's dang meat, Hunter. I mean, it will get it. I know this is not a new rod out, but I can tell you this much: it's made in the USA, and I absolutely love this rod. It's probably my most favorite rod. I'm paired it up with an old cheap, dude, this is stuff that y'all can get at Walmart. I don't know about the Jason Christi rod, but most of this stuff you can buy at Walmart. You can go to Walmart and get just regular stuff. You don't need to get high-end stuff to do what I'm doing right here. You just got to have a little bit of a general knowledge on how to catch these fish. I've been bass fishing since I was 5 years old. So anyways, I'm just running the old Black Max Abu Garcia with some 20-pound test. I think this is Vanish. Yeah, this is Vanish, 20-pound test Vanish. And on the old spinner bait, it hunts. This dude hunts. So let's jump up here and grab another fish. I remember back when I was a kid, I used to flip in the coffee cans. I'd take my jig and my rod and I'd sit out in the front yard and I'd flip in the coffee cans. Because I always wanted to fish. Jimmy Houston had this thing going one time where if you could flip and hit the target, you'd get a free rod and reel combo. Way back when Bass Pro was promoting Jimmy Houston pretty hard. And I think he still does. They still do. But so you could go to Bass Pro, and if you could hit that center target, you would win a free rod and reel combo and like $100 or something down that line. But I always remember as a kid, I wanted to enter that competition so bad, so I would practice out in my yard with an old cheap Walmart rod, flipping into a coffee can with a jig. And man, I tell you what, I got pretty darn accurate. I never got to do that competition, but that's okay. My dad and my mom were always assured that I got to go fishing when I wanted to go. Alright, so we're coming up. Here's another good piece of structure. Looks like it should hold some fish. It's a log in the water just like the last one. Let's see if it's got something on it. Side to side, front to back, back to front, however you want to get it. still a good fish. Golly. There we go, just like that. Boom, baby. All right, so now I will retie my bait. That's not as big as the last ones we've been catching. Boy, he was barely hooked. But that's still a bass in the boat. Still a bass in the boat. I mean, come on. It doesn't get any funner than this, guys. No Livescope, no staring at a screen. Just a good day on the lake. Hallelujah. So anyways, we're gonna get some photos, get back up on the front of the boat. Here we go. Show you guys how I tie my knots. They've been pretty effective for me. I mean, they're not, everybody has their own thing, but I've been fishing with this knot for years, and knock on wood, it hasn't failed me yet. But here we go. I'll show you how I tie it. When you're in a hurry fishing, and I'm not in a hurry, but when you're in a hurry fishing, this knot really works. I take my line, my fishing line. Sorry guys, I'm excited. I'm just wearing them out today. So anyways, you take your line like this, and make a loop around that first finger, just like that. Go around your line 5 times. Come back up through that loop that you put your finger in, pull it. Get a little bit wet, and then slide it down. It's called a uni knot. Millions of videos on YouTube how to tie it, but that's the knot that I use. And like I said, I always check my line, make sure there's no frills, no dents, no knots in it. And after about 7 fish, you know, get after it and retie it. That way you don't get a heartbreak at the end. Let's jump up here and grab another fish. There's a giant. Oh yeah. Golly. Come on, baby. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. Yes. Old son. Choke that spinner bait. Oh man. All right, calm down, Joshua. She's had her better days. Choked it. Another nice bass. Get in the boat. Yes, sir. Looks like a spawned out female, kind of. What's that on your tongue, baby? Huh. All right, let's get some pictures of this beautiful fish and get her back in the water. She's big. 3 pounds, 4 pounds. Another one. Guys, let's jump up here and grab another one. I had to fix my spinner bait. Boy, she has seen better days, but man, what a bait. It's been working all day long, putting fish in the boat. No Livescope because they're in the grass. You can't see them. What a day. But anyway, let's get back up here and jump up on another fish. Let's get another big old queen in the boat. That's what I'm saying, old son. We just begun. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about, son. Another one. Boom! There's another one in the box, guys. Boom. Let's get some pictures of it. Let's get going. Alright, we got some stuff coming up that are a little bit different. That's a little bit different, so we're gonna run that. See how that works. There he is. Got it. Told you. Oh, another. See? Something a little bit different. Oh, I broke my spinner bait. Oh no. I got more. something a little bit different. And we're gonna have to make a swim bait out of that guy. Whoever makes these spinner baits, can you reach out to me? I need some really bad right there. I really need some of these. Anyway, something a little bit different. Put another fish. That's a little male right there. Maybe a spawned out female, but another one. We got a lot bigger fish, so we're gonna take pictures of her and let her go. Like I said a while ago, and before I caught that fish, I seen something different. And when I seen something different, I always throw at it. When you see something different, that say you've got a bunch of gravel and you see a log sticking up in a bunch of gravel, it's always a good spot to throw. Even if the log is on the bank, it's casting a shade, that's somewhere for a bass to relate to. Some kind of structure for them to relate. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to switch it just a little bit. I'm going to go with the little shallow diver KVD 1.5 crankbait and the Tennessee shad. I just lost it. Just like that. Bloopers. Bloopers. Alright. Oh, got it. Just like that. I guess it wanted that. Oh, golly, just like that. I had a blooper moment. Ended up catching a fish. Go shoot. What a day. What a day. Get in the boat. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta be careful because that dude will bite you. This is how you get a hook in your hand and have to go to the emergency room. Hey, even better. Come on, baby. I don't like to touch the floor. Come on. Hey, what what can you say? I mean, oh, sorry. Oh, golly. I mean, what can you do? I know that they're eating crawdads because look at that top lip. But what can you do? That was a loss for words. I mean, that was a one-in-a-lifetime moment right there. Let's get up here and get a photo with this thing. I can't even talk and get another fish. Like that, guys. That's another nice largie. Come on, stay down. Oh, look at there we go. There we go. There's another one. Like I said, right there, something different in that grass. I noticed there was a little section missing out of that grass, and there she is. I mean, right there. Nice little largemouth. Tail's kind of bloodied up, so it looks like he might have been fanning beds. I'm noticing there's not no black stuff on his top, so he ain't eating crawdads. So that might have been a bed bass right there. So we're gonna release it. What a fish! What a fish! All right, we're looking for that big fish, a 7-pounder, home baby. We've got a good bag going on right now, but we're looking for that giant. Right there he is. There's a good one right there. That's what I'm talking about, son. Golly. Oh, that's why I ruin spinner baits. This is why I ruin spinner baits, old son. Golly, he's hooked in that big part of the mouth. Oh, he wasn't going nowhere. Look at that. Another good bass. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I am sorry. I know that hurt. There's another good bass right there. What a bass. What a bass. Could bite me. What a bass right there. Nice one. This bass is That's probably a 3-pounder. This bass 18 inches long. Nice little 3-pounder. What a bass. See, we made the move which produced the fish. Let's get pictures of her and let her go. Alright, about the time I was going to make a move, I got another nice one in the boat. I don't think that's going to do me any good. I think I got bigger fish, but look at there. Another nice little, golly. Sorry guys, I'm being clumsy today. I'm sorry dude, I'm sorry, come on. I won't put you back in the water. But there's another nice bass right there, guys. Another one. Let's let it go. So in this situation, what I'm doing is I'm reeling it. There's like a dead spot, and then there's grass, and then there's a dead spot. So what I'm doing is I'm reeling it past real fast through the grass, and then letting it fall. Golly, look at that. That's what I'm talking about, son. That's what I'm talking about. Just like that. Right there. Boom. Now that's a good fish right there. Oh, man. She choked that old spinner bait. Gosh, I love days when they bite on spinner baits. That's a good one right there, guys. Check that one out right there. I'm starting to get a little bit of blade tail, so that's probably a bedding fish, so I'm going to release it. But look at there. He's chomping on the crawdads. Nice. Let's get a picture with it and release it. Oh, this guy right here has done it all day. I broke a few, but that's the color today that has killed it. That's a number 4. That is a number 2 willow leaf spinner, willow leaf blade on a number a 1/4 ounce spinner bait. And I tell you what, today has put the work in. We've caught several bass offline that I didn't really show catching. But guys, it has been an incredible day. This is going to be an awesome year for fishing. I can feel it. We've not had a lot of rains to flood everything, so it's going to be a really good year for fishing. Anyways, guys, if y'all want a fishing trip, look me up, Josh and Matthew Crappie Fishing. We can go crappie fishing, or we can do some awesome bass fishing. It's whatever you want to do. As always, we'll have a great time on the water. We'll see you out there. Guys, that wraps it up for today's trip. Go check me out on YouTube, Finding Crappie. You'll see today's catch and everything that we did today. As always, we'll see you out on the water.